Hi, Marilyn O'Malley here, and I wanted to share with you today that I heard an astrologer that I follow that the cosmos are in very good alignment for us to shift our perception of love at this time and fall more unconditionally in love with ourselves. And so I wanted to talk about that love and our perception and what that means a bit, because some people believe that whatever they're thinking and believing about love is the truth, and I wanted to share with you that your programming and the way that you have been traumatized in your life affects your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors around love. And so, depending on the family that you grew up in, the culture that you grew up in, the education you had, the beliefs of your family, and the people around you, the media, what you were exposed to in the media, all of those affect you and your perception about how you believe and feel about you. Now, when you're born, you come into this world as love. You're love. There's nothing wrong with any baby that is born into this life. There is nothing that makes it unlovable. There is nothing that would make it unlovable except for our own beliefs and perceptions, how we perceive ourselves in the world, and the conditions that we've been taught that we are only lovable if we're a good girl or a good boy. We're only lovable if we have abundance in our life. We're only lovable if we're happy and we don't make trouble. We're only lovable if we're a people pleaser and we go along with what everybody else says. That's just a few things. That's just a few of many things that have conditioned you and programmed you in your life to believe that you are lovable or unlovable. And there are so many things. So I want you to just, even if you can just start breaking this open, like, oh, how I'm thinking that I am unlovable right now, in whatever way that might be, that's not me. Just to start thinking that, to just start opening up what I'm thinking about myself, what I'm feeling about myself, what I believe about myself, and my behaviors have all been conditioned since I was a very young child. And I've created this story that is what I call me, the perception of who I am, who you are. And then we start living this story out in the world. How can we become better at being somebody who we think or define is lovable, right? And then we have the people around us who are telling it, well, do this for me, don't do this, show up this way. And so we're directed by the people around us about how to be in the world. If we want to be loved by them, those are their conditioning and their viewpoint and perspective and their childhood programming and through their traumas. And we all try to control our lives in a certain way or control our environments in a certain way in order to feel better than we think we are. So if we're believing we're unlovable, so there has to be some rules around that, some beliefs around that you're unlovable because you're lacking in some way, because life isn't good, you aren't pretty, or you aren't handsome, or you know, you have acne, or you're too short, or you're too skinny, or you're too fat, you know, whatever. Again, media, look at the media. How does the media portray men and women? And then a lot of women um, don't feel that they're enough, and you might not even respond to I'm not enough. You might like, I feel like I'm enough. Well, let's look at where you don't feel you're good enough. I mean, where do you feel you're falling short? Where do you feel you're limited? Where do your fears come up? Where do you feel like you might be abandoned if you do something? Those are where you don't feel enough. And enough can be like, I don't feel worthy to have unconditional love. Like, I feel because your parents, or you know, training in schools, etc., get you to go show up, get this grade, do this really good, beat out everybody else, being competitive, you know, be the best at. And if you fall short of that, then you feel that you are unworthy, therefore unlovable, because you don't love yourself. Because what happens, when you don't have the perception, right, of that you are fulfilling what somebody else is wanting of you, and it makes you feel less than, then you, and what I'm saying, remember, I'm saying you feel less than, then that's where you don't feel enough. And if you are less than perfect, and you're wanting this person to love you, then you don't love you right now, and you are saying, abandoning yourself, saying you're the one that's saying you're unlovable. Because even if somebody else doesn't love you unconditionally, you can, and it won't matter that they don't. See, when you understand who you are, and that you are this energy, and that it is your conditioning energy, messages, conditioning that has programming that has been infiltrated into your beliefs, your thoughts, your behaviors, your feelings, and that you're just acting out what people have programmed you to be. But you came in as this unconditional loving baby, and you have this soul and this light in you, and this spirit inside of you that is here to express itself. But it feels frustrated and unlovable because you're not loving that soul part of you. You're sacrificing and burying that soul part of you in order to please these other people out here, thinking that is where the love comes from. And the truth is, you are already this love. You are already source love. You are already this. You have multiple dimensions of higher energy that are filled with loving energy. You have connections beyond your current reality that is connected into a peaceful, loving, unconditionally loving energy that is already in you. But you've buried that, and you've made your perception be what other people are reflecting back to you from their perceptions of themselves. So we're mirroring back to each other what's going on with us. So what I recommend in this time, and we're in the awakening and ascension, and so what's happening is light is coming in and it's shaking up. And so if you have shaking up that old dense energy, that trauma, that stuck energy in your body that you have not fully felt, it's shaking it up and bringing it up as a consciousness in order for you to feel it, experience it, not relive the past, but just whatever emotions come up, whatever thoughts, for you to become aware of them, notice them, feel them as the observer. as that spirit, as that soul, observing what has been stuck in this body that is limiting you from feeling that unconditional love, that is pushing that unconditional love down, holding it back, holding you back, creating blocks from you being more authentically you, and also letting the transformation happen. So just allow yourself to, as feelings come up, if you start to see there's a lot of unlovable memories or feelings coming up, it's coming up to show you, in order for you to just be with it. And I tell you, when you be with it, it's not going to last as long as if shoving it down, it's more harmful. And so just be with it. It will release. Just look at it like a baby, like it's an inner baby, and just love and compassion, holding that, holding yourself with compassion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wow, you're feeling this. Look at what you're feeling. Oh my gosh, look what was stored in our body. Wow. And just allow yourself to be the observer of it. You're not that feeling. You're not the thought. You're not the behavior. You're not the belief. Those are programs in you. And as those get shaken up, right? As you get turned on, and it's moving this energy within you so you can get it out, so you can take in more light, so you can raise your frequency, so you can move to another dimension. That's the evolution. That's the ascension. That's the awakening. The awakening is, oh, look what's here. And be with it compassionately. Be with it unconditionally, loving. Even though it could be intense, it can take you to your knees. It can feel very fearful. But just hold it. Again, it's not me. It's not me. But it's in my body right now. And it's ready to be released. It's up, it's come up because it's been ready to release it. So loving it, holding it. Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to understand it. Don't go back to trying the memories, because then you're attaching, you're entangling it, you're getting it deeper. It's just the feeling. What comes up? Grief, sadness, depression, anger. So it's just as it goes, just let it move through, breathe with it, pound the bed, dance around, move your body. Don't do anything to distract it, to take it away. Do something in order to help express it. Draw, journal, dance it out, beat the drums, beat the bed, beat the pillow. If you're, to help move, just think of that energy needs to move, help it move. And just be with that. And then as it moves out, just see what else is there. And then if you can, so if this is an unloving thing that's coming up, now you're in a place where you can make a choice. You can choose to love yourself unconditionally, which you just did. And feel what that is. Let that resonate. Let a new energy resonate in your body. Assimilate it. Let it move in. Hold it. You might go through some layers of emotions, and then you'll hit some space, or you'll be like, oh my God, I've never seen myself this way before. And just hold that space. Let that radiate from your heart. Don't get into it thinking about it, analyzing. No, just feel. And just allow yourself, let that feeling assimilate. Just like, oh, look what that feels like. That's new. Let it be a new feeling. Good. If it's uncomfortable to have that unconditional loving energy, good. That means you're in a new place. That's new energy. Let that become more and more comfortable. Breathe with it. And then you can go on with your day. So this is a way things are going to be coming up about love, about relationships, about your perception, how you're seeing the world. And then you get to take action and be with that and love yourself and change and transform your life. So until we meet again, love, live, and matter. Take care. And if you would like some support in this, I forgot, please, you can join my Patreon group, Patreon Marilyn O'Malley, and come in and join. And we work on this stuff every single week. So we're working to move the trauma through your body. We're working to raise your dimensional consciousness and energy fields, bring in more light, and let go of the traumas, let go of the dense energy, to making those transformations. You can also work with me one-on-one if you don't want to work in a group. And please like and share this video, because that helps me get out there and help more people. So thanks a lot. And again, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.